Zack Snyder's. Tonight, we dine in hell. Hello, everyone, and welcome to my review of 300. 300 is a graphic sort of adaptation of the story of when the 300 Spartans have to take down the 2,000 Persian armies. Well, sorry, no, the 2,000, the 2,000 Persians. And this film was directed by Zack Snyder, who directed Man of Steel and is directing Batman vs Superman. God help us. I think it's fair to say that this film is pretty cool. There's not much to really to the plot. It's a battle. It's a war. It's a war epic. 300. I really like it. It's cool. I was surprised actually because when I hadn't seen it for a while, and I thought, is this going to be as good as when I first saw it 7 years ago when it came out? I mean, I didn't see it in the cinema when it came out, obviously because I was too young, but I got the DVD. Well, my dad had the DVD, so I watched it on there. And for the most part, it's pretty cool. I mean, I don't think that 300 is any more than a mindless action romp. It's taking a Greek, story and turning it basically into a graphic, mindless, bloody violence romp. It's just a romp. That's really all that there is. Gerad Butler is very good. I mean, he does a lot of shouting, but he's very good as the king. This movie does have some very good visuals. I love Zack Snyder's dark, brooding kind of sense because it's a dark story. It's a dark story about war, and I just like the darkness in this film. Sometimes it gets a bit annoying, but it's alright. I quite like it for the most part. I like the voiceover from David Wenham, the narration. I thought that was going to be a bit forced, but it actually rather worked. The acting is very good. I mean, David Wenham's in this. He's good for the scenes he's in. Michael Fassbender's in this. Who knew? I like Lena Headey as the Queen, or Headey. I don't know how you say her name. Lena Headey. I think that's her name. She's very good in the scene she's in. Ultimately, this is just a showcase for slow motion, and really, it is a showcase for slow motion effects. There is just nothing else to it, The action is all done in slow motion. Well, most of it, anyway. That's probably why the movie ended up being 1 hour 51 minutes. If it was without slow motion, it probably would have been about, I don't know, hour 30 minutes, maybe? At the very most. Yeah, it moves at a consistent pace. The pace keeps moving along, and it's fine. I didn't feel bored at all during it. I do have criticisms of the film. One, the slow motion is overused at some points, and it can get kind of distracting, and it just becomes kind of annoying. It's just like, you don't need to have slow motion of the Persians riding towards, they're just going to visit Leonidas. You don't need to have that in slow motion. It's just unnecessary. Also, Xerxes, he had so much bling on him. Some of the Persians have too much jewellery. They need to kind of lose some of it. And there are some odd-looking creatures. You do end up thinking, this is nonsense. What the fuck is this? But at the same time, you're like, I'll give you that. It's good prosthetics. I'll give you that. But it just looks so odd. This movie is visually, it's all over the place. I mean, the darkness, which is good sometimes. The odd-looking creatures and just generally, I mean, it's just Zack Snyder. He just likes to make everything dark, and yeah, he did that with Man of Steel as well. Ultimately, there's not much I can say about 300. It's cool. Although I liked Xerxes, he was a good villain, but I just didn't like how much bling he had on him, which is a problem. I think the characters are fine, all the main ones they focus on. I can't recall any problems with the characters. No, yeah, it's basically, it's just a mindless action romp, and I don't really have much to say about it. But I enjoyed it more than I thought I would when I rewatched it. I thought this isn't going to be as good as the first time I saw it, but actually it's quite good. It's very good. If you have to kind of watch these kind of films mindlessly, you know, there is a scene, you know, don't concern yourself with the politics of this film, because you'll just be like, okay, well, so why are they refusing to send reinforcements for them? Just you have to watch this casually and mindlessly. That's how I perceive 300. Nothing else to it, really. So, you know, in the end, it's fun, it's dark, it's bloody, it's violent, it's very good, it's very well made. I like the music as well. Some of the soundtrack is quite nice. So, overall, I think this 300 deserves to get 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10, you know, because it impressed me more than I thought I would. You know, it's a surprisingly good ride. You know, I just think it needs to cut down on slow motion, and it's a little bit OTT in the costume department, but, you know, hopefully it's not as like that in the sequel, which is also what I want to point out. I am reviewing this because I am seeing the sequel tomorrow. But I mean, by the time this is up, I don't know if I'll have seen it. But I mean, I will do a review of the second one as well. So I thought I better review the first one. Just might as well. Anyway, thanks for watching my review, and as always, I'm Mr. TARDIS11. See ya.